to do roads in Kenya. Money we have not borrowed from IMF or World Bank, our own resources. Good people, I am telling you, it is possible for us to change this country in our lifetime. And I want to persuade you, and this is the reason why I called you, as intellectuals, I want to persuade you that we agree that we can change, we move Kenya from third world to first world in the next 30 years. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Nyinyi mnanielewa? If Korea, South Korea could do it, we can do it. If Singapore could do it, we can do it. And we have demonstrated, I have shown you that it is possible. Hii makelele tulikuwa tunapigiana hapa na maandamano, you can see the results in housing. You can see the results in education. Why are we hiring 100,000 teachers? Other administrations did not. Why are we deploying universal health coverage when it was difficult the other day? Why are we rolling out housing when it was difficult the other day? Why are we transforming our social security savings, doubling in 2 years when it was not possible the other day? I just want to persuade you, it is not about William Ruto. It is about Kenya and us and changing our country for the sake of this generation and the generations to come. Friends, marafiki, sijui kama mmenielewa. Mmenielewa? Na hii sio siasa. Forget about politics. Politics is small, maneno kidogo. We have a whole country to think about. We have the future of our nation to think about. We can stop, we be able to everybody, And I can tell you 3 things are important: leadership, education, and we must stop corruption. Kenya will change in our lifetime. And I have every intention to do my bit. I'm asking you to do yours. I'm asking you to help me. Let us work together for us to change Kenya. Sijui kama tumeelewana, my friends. Mimi nawaomba kwa unyenyekevu. And I called you here so that we can begin to discuss, to have a conversation about this Kenya. The possibilities that are available in Kenya. This is the most non-tribal gathering. This is not about a political party. This is not about a political side. This is about Kenya. And shortly, I want us to have this conversation as a country. This is a conversation I have had with former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. This is a conversation I have had with my friend Uhuru Kenyatta. Because we must stop partisan things, sectional, It is possible for all of us to do well. Please, good people, this is why I called you. Yeah? I really wanted to have this conversation with you. To tell you, and I wanted to have this conversation with you now. Because if I had this conversation with you 3 years ago, you would tell me housing is not possible. You would tell me universal coverage is not possible. You would tell me reforming NSSF is not possible. Nikasema wacha kwanza. Nianze na makelele na nini na maandamano, lakini ili nikiwaita, you are witnesses of what is happening. When I tell you we can transform our education sector, we can hire 100,000 teachers, musiniambie mbona wale wengine hawakufanya. Now you know it is possible. Don't you? You know it's possible. Ama namna gani? Because it's been done. And that is why I have big difficulties, because we have a disconnect. Because citizens are accustomed to things not working. So that even when they work, they still want to believe they have not worked. You know? Ndio unaona hata saa hizi bado tuko na viongozi wengine wanasema watakuja kuabolish housing. Oh, tutakuja kuabolish universal. Yani ujinga. Yani you have no better plan. You don't know how to move the country forward. Unataka kuturudisha nyuma. You know? So really, Marafiki, I really wanted to talk to you. I told you, I want to talk to you as a leader, and I want to talk to you as citizens and intellectuals of the Republic of Kenya. That is the conversation I want us to have. We are going to move this conversation forward. We will not believe the naysayers. You know, there are many people who are negative. They never see anything. Oh, tumesikia hiyo. Oh, hiyo ni uongo. Oh, hiyo nini. You know, those things. But you see, we can change this country. And I have great faith that we can do it together. Tunaelewana? As the lawyers say, I rest my case. Nimemaliza. Sawa sawa ndugu zangu. Asanteni sana tuketi. Now, let me come to si nilikuwa na lesson plan. Wacha nikuje sasa niwaambie in brief what we have been able to do in the education sector. I have explained in my other presentation. I just want to take you through quickly. I've explained to you that transforming education was not a political issue. Transforming education was deliberate, because through education, whether you look at Korea, whether you look at Singapore, whether you look at Malaysia, intellectuals, the capacity for people to understand things, education was at the center of their own transformation. And that is why I took matters education seriously, because I knew that it is going to be part of the levers that we are going to use if we were to move Kenya to the first world. That is why the budget of education was 540 in 2022. As I told you, now we are at 702 billion. We've hired teachers the way you know. We built classrooms, as I have told you. We have done a funding model changed the funding model to put more resources in our universities. We have started the Open University of Kenya. We have increased the number of tutors in our TVET from about 3,600. We have moved it to now from 6,900, to now 10,000. And we are hiring another 3,000 or 4,000 in the coming budget. We have moved in the number of private sector companies that are now working with our TVETs. We've moved them. We used to have 65. Now we have 2,800 different companies providing training, internship for our students in TVET. It is our intention by 2027 to move the number of students in our technical, vocational, and training institutes from 340 in 2022. We are now at 720. We will have 2 million by 2027, because technical education, the STEM subjects, are what are going to drive our industrialization. The reason why we have 6 new special economic zones is because industrialization is going to be the engine that is going to drive our economy, even as we move from an agro-based economy. We must industrialize. And that is why Kenya is championing the Africa Green Industrialization Initiative, which I am driving at the AU, and we are going to take it to the United General Assembly, because that is the way we want to move the country. In matters education, these are among the things that I agreed and I purposed, and we have provided the resources to transform that sector. Let me see whether I have forgotten anything. I think I have captured most of the things, you know? I think I've captured most of the things. The one thing that I just wanted to give you the beacons of what we are doing in matters education. From making sure that we have adequate resources, we've increased the budget significantly. No other administration has increased the budget that much. We've brought in more teachers, built more classrooms, started, operationalized the Open University of Kenya, which I have told you by December 2026, we will have 100,000 students learning. It will be the biggest university in Kenya by 2026 in just 3 years, because education is important. Knowledge acquisition is important. That is how other countries have driven their own transformation. That is how Singapore left us behind. Malaysia left us behind, because they invested in education. And that is why I moved to the third section of this morning's lesson plan. I said that third section, there are things we have done in education. They are significant. You have participated in those things. But I know you have ideas on how we can make it better. Sindio, you have ideas on how we can make it better. I have gone through it. I have seen that there are some brilliant ideas that you have brought through the MOU the memorandum, that was sent to me by the associations and the unions. I want now somebody to make a presentation of what you think we can do better to deliver on this very central subject of education. You know, I think one or two of the colleagues here will do that presentation to us. And then from there, I will respond to some of the issues that you have raised. Some of them we can do now. Some of them we can plan to do in the medium term. And I'm sure we will agree on how education is going to play a central role in moving this country to where I want us, all of us, to move the nation to. And then finally, if there will be any questions for me, I will be more than willing to respond or clarify on some issues. And then we will do the final things, alafu tutamaliza. So, who is going to make the presentation of the items that the memorandum, who will do it? You will call them. Yeah, so one or two people can make that presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for those insightful, for the insightful speech. Your Excellency, allow me to call the leaders of the unions, Your Excellency, and as colleagues of you, the Secretary General of Kenya National Union of Teachers. Your Excellency, sir, here before you are 3,300 Kenya National Union of Teachers leaders from around the country. Allow me, Your Excellency, before I give you to introduce, we have been joined by the Minister for Lands, Housing, and Urban Development and Public Works, Honorable Alice Wahome. We have also been joined by the PS Housing, PS Charles Hinga. We have also been joined by the Chairman, Teacher Service Commission, Dr. Jamlek Muturi, and also the Acting CEO, Evelyn Mitei. Asante sana. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you. Rais anasema muimbe wimbo moja anarudi. Haya. DJ yuko wapi?
Tusimame tuweze tuembe.
Umetuleta sote pamoja kwa upendo, tunakupenda sana. Tunakupenda sana. Asante sana. Kiongozi mwema, umetujenga, umetupenda. Umetupenda. Walimu tunasema asante sana. Umetushikilia. Asante sana. Umetupenda sana. Asante sana. Umetupigania. Asante sana. Asante. 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 Asante sana. Walimu tunasema asante sana. Umetushikilia. Asante sana. Umetupenda sana. Asante sana. Umetupigania. Asante sana. Asante. 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 Asante sana. Rais wetu kiongozi mama, tunakupenda sana. Tunakupenda sana. Umetupa ajira na unaukabila, tunakupenda sana. Tunakupenda sana. Rais wetu ubagui, uchagui, unatujali. Rais wetu ubagui, uchagui, unatujali. Walimu tunasema asante sana. Umetushikilia. Asante sana. Umetupenda sana. Asante sana. Umetupigania. Asante sana. Asante. 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 Asante sana. Walimu tunasema asante sana. Umetushikilia. Asante sana. Umetupenda sana. Asante sana. Umetupigania. Asante sana. Asante. 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 Asante sana. Kama walimu wa Kenya tunakupenda sana. Tunakupenda sana. Umetuleta sote pamoja kwa upendo, tunakupenda sana. Tunakupenda sana. Asante sana. Kiongozi mwema, umetujenga, umetupenda. Asante sana. Kiongozi mwema, umetujenga, umetupenda. Walimu tunasema asante sana. Umetushikilia. Asante sana. Umetupenda sana. Asante sana. Umetupigania. Asante sana. Asante. 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 Asante sana. Walimu tunasema asante sana. Umetushikilia. Asante sana. Umetupenda sana. Asante sana. Umetupigania. Asante sana. Asante. 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 Asante sana. Rais wetu kiongozi mama, tunakupenda sana. Tunakupenda sana. Umetupa ajira na unaukabila, tunakupenda sana. Tunakupenda sana. Rais wetu ubagui, uchagui, unatujali. Rais wetu ubagui, uchagui, unatujali. Walimu tunasema asante sana. Umetushikilia. Asante sana. Umetupenda sana. Asante sana. Umetupigania. Asante sana. Asante. 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 Asante sana.
Haya basi, kwa makofi tuseme asante walimu. Kwa kweli tumeshikiliwa. Asante. Asante sana. Alright DJ, asante sana. Naomba tuweze kuketi na tuendelee na mwenyekiti. Karibu.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, Deputy President, CS Education, PS Education, Professor Bitok, CSs who are here, the Chairman of Education Committee, my brother and colleague teacher, members of the Education Committee, Teachers Service Commission, led by the Chairman and the CEO, the leadership of trade unions here, ladies and gentlemen, walimu wenzangu, solidarity! 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 Your Excellency, I have my team here with me, the national steering. Just stand and wave. National steering, Kenya National Union of Teachers. That is at the apex of the leadership of Kenya National Union of Teachers, followed by members of the National Executive Council, teacher leaders in all the 110 branches of Kenya National Union of Teachers. I hope you are here. Asanteni sana. I listened to His Excellency, and I want to be very frank. As teachers, when we went to college, one thing stood by us. No one taught like this man. And I must say here and now, without mincing an outer of word, Your Excellency, you're a perfect teacher. Hands-on. Hands-on. You know close to everything. Everything. I'll imitate you from now, Your Excellency. This is a historic event. And I want to thank CS Education and PS for organizing this event. And I want to dub this event, Your Excellency, Walimu na Rais. More to that, because it is a colorful, enjoyable experience. I would wish that after every 2 years, Your Excellency, we come back here for Walimu na Rais. Solidarity. 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 This sector needs peace more than ever. And you'll agree with me, in all our schools, performing schools have peace. This country needs peace for education to cherish. I want to thank you, Your Excellency. You brought on board every other person in this country to work with. And that is why, as a Secretary General on behalf of teachers, members of Kenya National Union of Teachers, I want to say, Kumi bila break. Kumi bila break. Broad-based government is the way to go. Your Excellency, you've mentioned everything in this sector. For us, we only have to appreciate collective bargaining agreements. Your Excellency, we were worried as leaders of trade unions at the beginning of this year, because we all know it, that SRC had pronounced a freeze to any monetary CBA. Teachers Service Commission, through your advice, Your Excellency, sat with us, and on the 18th of July, we signed a CBA. Simuliona CBA walimu? Now, thank you. But what you would like to ask on the CBA? Globally, and these are recommendations from the International Labour Organization, our CBAs are for cycles. We want to request you, Your Excellency, to reduce the 4 years to 2 years of CBA. Based on the inflation, CBA to be reduced to 2 terms. 2 years. 2 years for CBA and 2 terms for His Excellency, the President. Your Excellency, I want to say here and now, we are all CBC compliant. Matters of employment of teachers. Mr. President, you have exceeded expectations. We know too well, and the President did say here, that after every year, only 5,000. As we speak now, and I want to repeat what he said, 76,000 teachers employed, permanent and pensionable. As we proceed, another 24,000. That's 100,000. Before 2027, another 20,000. 120,000. Solidarity. 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 As we appreciate you, Mr. President, on employment, this is what we want to ask you. We have teachers who are 45 years and above. These teachers are not employed. You know, when you're 45 years, you only have 15 years. Mr. President, some of our teachers will attain the retirement age even before working for this country. I want to request you humbly, and Teacher Service Commission is here. These teachers who actually trained 15 years back down the line, 20 years down the line, over 45 years, your executive powers, known to all of us, as we pronounce 2 term, kumi bila break, Mr. President, employ these teachers. That is employment, that is entry into this profession. There's also exit as you work. Teachers who retire, some of them even die before they receive their benefits. How I wish, Mr. President, that you stamp your authority so that teachers who retire get their retirement benefits as soon as possible. We want them to vote for you. We want these teachers to vote for you. You know, in biology, because you're a very good teacher, Mr. President, food is medicine. I want to tell all of us here that most of our retirees, as they go home, food is never their medicine, but medicine becomes their food. They take medicine like every 1 hour. We want these teachers to be paid their benefits early enough so that they stay strong to vote for you, Mr. President. I'm sure you are able to unlock the overstay that is there that don't allow teachers to get their pensions in very good time. Education reforms. Nani kama wewe rais? Nani kama wewe? Nani kama wewe? Wajua Kiswahili si mdomo changu. I got it from His Excellency. Wakenya ni watu wa kujituma. I want to confirm here, Your Excellency, walimu hapa Kenya ni watu wa kujituma zaidi. Because looking at the work that we do, and I'm happy, your deputy, His Excellency, was a teacher like us, mwalimu, and you know too well. Fire must fire, noma must noma. Now, there's no single government that can pay a teacher a salary commensurate to the work that a teacher does. And so, tunajituma zaidi. Kazi ya elimu tunapenda. Walimu Kenya hii ni watu wa kujituma zaidi. I want to say here and now that on education reforms, before you came in, Mr. President, the sector of education was getting to rot. The Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms has brought us far and wide. Domiciling grade 7, 8, and 9 to primary schools did two things, Mr. President. One, access to education. Two, poor parents could afford to have their children in school. Imagine the situation where grade 7 went to a secondary school, grade 8 to a secondary school, and grade 9 to a secondary school. I want to assure you, Mr. President, as the parents and as these teachers, education has become affordable. 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 Because of the recommendations of the Presidential Working Party on education reforms. And more so by domiciling grade 7, 8, and 9 in primary schools. Now here comes the sessional paper number 1. This is my ask. This is my ask, Mr. President. The sessional paper number 1, which of course was number 10, 2024, now number 1, 2025. Where has this sessional paper disappeared to? Because we want the president to succeed. We want the president to succeed. We want the president to succeed. Where is the sessional paper? Number 1 of 2025. And our head teachers have worked a lot. Head teachers, congratulations. You've made His Excellency proud. Because grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, now transiting to grade 10. Hongera, head teachers. And as soon as I appreciate you, Mr. President, these teachers, head teachers, were head teachers of primary schools. They are now heads of comprehensive schools. And you know, in the trade union, additional work calls for additional remuneration. These heads are even capped in D1, and they'll never go beyond D1. My ask on behalf of these heads, just a pronouncement, Mr. President. Just a pronouncement. Just a pronouncement. Just a pronouncement. A pronouncement that these are no longer heads of institutions because they man junior schools. It will not be bad, Mr. President, if these heads are declared principals of those institutions. Because I'll tell you, and Teacher Service Commission has data. Most of our heads are graduates of master's and doctorate degrees. That is where we are. Mr. President, delocalization was repealed courtesy of your leadership. Families suffered. Families suffered. There was no peace in most of the families where there was delocalization. And I want to say here without blinking that even conjugal rights became conjugal privileges in most families. Solidarity! 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 Mr. President, this policy has to go, and go once and for all. Why I say so, Mr. President, delocalization has come in again through what we call promotions. A teacher in Nairobi is promoted, only 4 months retirement, and posted to Kitui. Posted to Kitui. Posted to Tana River. Yes, it is a policy. How I wish the way you came up, Mr. President, to repeal delocalization. In the same way, Mr. President, just a word, repeal CPG. Career Progression Guidelines. Because with CPG, Teacher Service Commission must post you where we have a vacancy. Are we there? It is not a must that when I proceed to C4, I must be declared a deputy head teacher. It is not a must that when I proceed to C5, I must be declared a head teacher. CPG, for the sake of these teachers and their security, and to get rid of delocalization finally, Mr. President, this is a policy that has to go. CPG has to go. CPG has to go. CPG has to go. CPG has to go. Finally, my dear President, hello? Order. 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 Mr. President, we have our colleagues in hard-to-staff areas. When a teacher volunteers to work in a hard-to-staff area, I think issues of policy should not be kept to stop the teacher from getting promotions. And even be confirmed substantively to be a principal, a head teacher, or even a deputy head teacher where one works under hardship. Will as many of the opinion say aye? Mr. President, the ayes have it. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. Collins Oyu, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of Kenya National Union of Teachers. Your Excellency, sir, allow me now to invite on stage the Secretary General of KUPPET, Akelo Missouri. Thank you very much. I can see the chairman, Mheshimiwa Omboko Milemba Scam. Karibu sana, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. Thank you very much, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, every protocol observed. Solidarity. Teachers' power. Mine is very brief to introduce the battalion that I led here from Kupet. May we have the national executive officials rising up and wave to the President. Kupet power. Thank you. May I have the National Governing Council rise wherever you are. Wave to the President. Teachers' power. Finally, Your Excellency the President, majority of the teachers that you talked about whom you have already employed are also in the house. Those are called the JSS. Could we have the modules rise up? Teachers' power. Without much ado, Your Excellency, may I bring the spokesman, the Pope of Kupet, to speak on behalf of the members. Akelo Misori, may you come and present the issues that we have to.
Thank you so much, Brother Chairman. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, the Deputy President, the Cabinet Secretary is present, the PSS are present, members of the Education Committee of Parliament, and the union leadership who are here, KEPSHA, KESHA, and the teachers of this country. Power! Power! You do realize, Your Excellency, that we have given you a memorandum. However, you have persuaded us to look at your viewpoints. And we are also want to persuade you to look at our viewpoints on certain issues. Solidarity. The teachers of this country are very happy and appreciate you for the effort that you have had to administer this nation. And more recently, Your President, Your Excellency, your zero tolerance on corruption. Your Excellency, I must say that some of the most progressive programs that you have initiated since your administration came to office is housing. Housing. For some of us who have traveled far and wide, do appreciate one fact, that if you want to control populations in terms of security, if you want to provide roads, if you want to provide water, if you want to provide electricity, you start with housing, because it will determine how people live. It will also restore their dignity. Initially, when we came to this place, not in this magnitude, we did not give you sufficient time to explain to us. But you did ask us to give you time, but you have proved it. I must say, we appreciate this effort, and especially in housing. And go further to appreciate that you have invited the Cabinet Secretary Housing and the PS Housing to append the 20% that you have given us as a token of appreciation of teachers of this country. Your Excellency, you asked us and you persuaded us to look at your viewpoint. I must repeat this. I would also wish to ask you to look at our viewpoint. Some of the policy frameworks that have come in the education subsector require serious interrogation. Serious interrogation, Your Excellency. And one such, and you can hear some appreciation from the background. One such is that as much as we have more access more affordability of learners in our schools. Something that was being ignored and must be interrogated further is the domiciling of junior school in our primary schools. I must say this because one element Thank you. 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 This is the beauty of democracy. The beauty of democracy is everyone has got his say or a say.
Aye, we have had you. Aye, members. Aye. His Excellency, order. His Excellency has had you. His Excellency has had you. Let's be quiet, please. Aye, let's be quiet, please. Let's be quiet. Aye, order. Aye, another issue. So His Excellency the President has had you. Aye, order. Let's be quiet.
Thank you. Secondly, Your Excellency, something which has really disturbed us is allocation to a Teacher Service Commission for promotions. We really appreciate the promotions which you have granted us over the years, and we appreciate the over 56,000 teachers who are promoted. However, Your Excellency, one thing which we still ask for is that promoting 2,000 with the allocation of 1 billion, 2 billion to the Teacher Service Commission does not reflect the magnitude of the stagnation that we have had in the sector. I would therefore request you that expand the allocation to Teacher Service Commission in relation to the promotion.